Today's Bible English: blasphemy, blindfolded, charge, condemn, contradict, definitely, entire, force, jeer, luster, sleep, spit, straight, care, testify, vain, witness, verdict. Okay, I have one mistake because I wrote down the falsely, but the answer is false. So I'm gonna go to read. Our title is Jesus before the council. Jesus was led to the high priest's home, where the reading priest, other readers, and teachers of religious law had gathered. Meanwhile, Peter followed far behind and then slipped inside the gates of the high priest's courtyard. For a while, he sat with the guards, warming himself by the fire. Inside, the reading priest and the entire high council was trying to find a witness who would testify against Jesus so they could put him to death. But their efforts were in vain. Many false witnesses spoke against him, but they contradicted each other. Finally, some man stood up to testify against him with his lie. We heard him say, "I will destroy this temple made with human hands, and in 3 days I will build another made without human hands." But even then they didn't get their stories straight. Then the high priest stood up before the other and asked Jesus, "Well, aren't you going to answer these charges? What do you have to say for yourself?" Jesus made no reply. Then the high priest asked him, "Are you the Messiah, the Son of the blessed God?" Jesus said, "I am, and you will see me, the Son of Man, sitting at God's right hand in place of the power and coming back on the clouds of heaven." Then the high priest tore his clothes to show his horror and said, Why do we need other witness? You have all heard his blasphemy. What is your verdict? And they all condemned him to death. Then some of them began to spit at him, and they blindfolded him and hit his face and their fist. "Who hit you that time, you prophet?" Then jeered, and even the guards were hitting him as they led him away. Peter denies Jesus. Meanwhile, Peter was below in the courtyard. One of the servant girls who worked for the high priest noticed Peter warming himself at the fire. She looked at him closely and then said, "You are one of those who Jesus, the Nazareth." Peter denied it. "I don't know what you are talking about," he said, and he went out into the entryway. Just then a rooster crowed. The servant girl saw him standing there and began telling the other, "The man is definitely one of them." Peter denied it again. A little later, some other bystander began saying to Peter, "You must be one of them because you are from Galilee." Peter said, "I swear by God, I don't know this man you are talking about." And immediately the rooster crowed the second time. Suddenly, Jesus' word flashed through Peter's mind. "Before the rooster crows twice, you will deny me 3 times." And he broke down and cried. Very sad, this story.